All right, y'all, I want to talk about numbers. That's right, numbers. When you think of numbers, what are the first thing that comes to your mind? I think of age. I think of how much you make. I think of how much things cost. I think of street names. I think how much is in your savings account. I think how old your family members are. All of these things have to do with the numbers. So I want to talk about numbers in two ways. Welcome to the Basics of Bossing Up. I'm Allie Love, where we discuss basic principles in order to create the lives we want and ultimately deserve. All right, as we talk about numbers, I want to talk about them in two ways: hurtful and helpful. All right, let's talk about the hurtful part of numbers first. Many of us get attached to things, for example, our age. As we start to grow up, I don't know if many of you did this, but growing up, to reach 21 was all we wanted. We wanted to grow up faster. We wanted the youth to pass by quickly so we could become an adult, so we could do whatever we want. And so we lived for that age of 18 or 21, 18 maybe if you moved away, 21 so you could start drinking and really feel like an adult. And all of those things, as we identify success and as we identify that metric for success and how we celebrate and champion ourselves, many times we get to certain milestones, such as 18 or 21, or we wanted to make a certain amount of money. And so that number in itself is us accomplishing a great milestone. What's hurtful about these concepts and this idea of life being markers, each marker for success being a number or a numerical value, it's hurtful because what we end up doing is that we end up judging ourselves only in alignment and according to those numbers. So as we start to get older, 21 fades away, and now we're dreading 40, or dreading 50, or 60, or just getting old. We no longer champion the years of life we're living on earth. We start to scale them back. I am a culprit of this. If we no longer are able to make a certain amount of money, or we don't make as much money as our partner or someone in our family or friends, we start to feel like we failed. We no longer are able to find success or find happiness or joy in where we are in our lives because we become driven by numbers. Our drives are purely focused on numbers. And that's when it becomes hurtful. The reason it's important is because if we only really celebrate milestones such as birthdays or anniversaries or pay raises or increases or street numbers, what ends up happening is that we forget to celebrate the other things that we've created, that we have surpassed, that we've outgrown, that we've grown to. We forget to celebrate those other areas where success, happiness, and joy really lives in our lives. And so if we solely focus on how many people showed up, or how many years, or I'm so old, or I'm so young, or I don't make enough, or there's not that many people taking my class or showing up to my birthday party, if we solely place value on numbers, we forget to champion the real important things. And so where numbers can be helpful is that they can be, I'd say, stake in our timeline. So it's always cool to go back when I was 21 to have great memories. It's helpful when we say, I celebrated with 5 of my closest friends, not I celebrated only with 5 people. Because somehow we're changing the narrative that numbers own our success. It's no longer that I didn't reach my goal of making $1 bazillion. Is that I'm so grateful that I make this amount of money, I'm able to do what I love, or at least work in order to take care of my family. Or the sheer fact that I have a job, or that I'm able to influence someone else's life because I'm in service, or I'm able to build a business because I'm so passionate and I figured out my purpose in life. Sometimes we talk about unsung heroes as people, but we forget to acknowledge the unsung moments as true success, as true joy, as true happiness. And so as we focus on numbers of how many people showed up, or how much of this, or oh my gosh, that was so many, let's look at not how many, not how great each number adds up to, or greatness that we put in high values or high numerical value, is come back to say, you know what? In every single day, we're able to find joy in the fact that we're living, that we're breathing. Make sure we use again, the numbers as markers in our timeline to celebrate those memories or to identify moments. But everything in between, we make sure we champion. So I don't want you to forget and get wrapped up. And we're such a community of people that get so wrapped up in, well, she looks good for 50. She looks good. That's the statement we stand by. Or wow, you're so knowledgeable. You're so young and knowledgeable. You must have an old soul. No, that person is just informed and aware at whatever age they are at. Or wow, that person's so accomplished because they have so much money. No, that person was able to find their purpose in life. Therefore, we're happy for them. So again, be mindful of where you are putting emphasis in front of your children, in front of your friends, and most importantly, for yourself. That's the basics of bossing up. I'd love to hear your take on it. Comment in the section below. Bye, y'all.